Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is Coffee with Chaos. Boston, glad you could stop in. Glad you could be here today. Did you get your package yet? I think you're going to get it tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure. Got some interesting things to show tonight. I picked up a box of crap comics, the junk comics, as I call them. And these are comics that are in really bad shape. Most of them are missing covers, but the staples are good. And sometimes I can go through them and pick out pages to fill another comic. So that's always a good thing. I like to keep them on hand. And you never know, might end up with a complete comic. Then I have what I picked up at the comic shop today, the new comics, Wednesday comics. Of course, they're all DC because DC stack was about that big. They're publishing way too many comics. And then, of course, what I pressed. And then I have some other stuff. That last box from that one comic buy I bought. And there's a lot of crap in there, but there's some good stuff too. When I say crap, I mean like X-Force. Now, some of the later X-Force issues are pretty good, but the early ones, not so much. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. I had a pretty good week so far. I managed to find a new barber. He did a really good job. I'm very happy with him. Yeah, I have a couple of boxes of them now. So let me show you a few things that I got out of the junk pile. And we'll switch over. Hopefully I've got it all set up. There we go. And the first one is complete. It's Mr. Civil Defense Tells About Natural Disasters. This was published around 1953. Al Cap did the art of the whole thing, apparently. And even in this low grade, it's worth about $10. So that right there was a plus, because those crap comics were pretty much given to me. And it's some of Al Cap's best work, I think. Really good stuff. Very happy to have a copy of this. Does have a spine split here that I'm probably going to go ahead and fix. I won't be showing that. I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit, make it look pretty, give it a press, and stick it in my collection of, I don't know. Next. I was really lucky with this. I saw the cover and went, oh man, I'd love to have that comic. Then I found the comic. It's in poor shape. Then I found the back cover. And this is the correct back cover for it. It lines up. The front to back actually does line up. That's going to take some major work. I don't know if I'm going to do it anytime soon, but yeah, I was happy to get that. Yeah, I was real happy to get it. Next we got, and this one really was, I was really happy about this. This one is actually in pretty decent shape. It's got a spine split up here, but other than that, it's in pretty decent shape. Star Spangled War Stories, number 113, 63-64, January 1964. It is complete, as far as I can tell. Yeah, definitely complete. Real happy to get that. if for no other reason than it. I mean, it's got a big monster. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that, right? Then this World's Finest, I was real disappointed with because I have the front cover, most of it. I have the back cover, most of it, but it was missing the centerfold. And I went through that box 3 times, hoping, praying, just and found the centerfold. So that one made me happy. Or no, this wasn't the one. This one was complete. It was another one. I have another comic that I think it's a detective comic. Then we got this copy of My Greatest Adventure, real low grade, number 74. The cover's detached. That's not a big deal. I don't know if I'm going to deacidify it or not. Might just reattach the cover and press it, clean it and press it, and move on with my life. I don't know. Next up is this My Greatest Adventure. It's in kind of rough shape. But after I did that weird science, I think I can handle it. I will have 5, 6. Yeah, it appears to be complete. Very delicate. And this is number 65. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. Happy to get it. Might help if I put the back cover with it. Then there was this, and I have no idea what this is. Tiffany and the Jungle Hunter, a baby elephant, pint-sized hunter in the hood. I think this might have been a giveaway at a theater. Let me see if it's in here. Tiffany and the Jungle Hunter. What we'll do is we'll go to promotional, and maybe if we're lucky, it'll be in there. No, it is not. Oh, Taffy. It's Taffy and the Jungle Hunter. And that's not in there either, which is not a surprise. There's a lot of stuff that is not in this book that I think should be. We'll look it up in the regular. It's a lot of small press stuff that never made it in here. Taffy Comics. It doesn't show it. So I'll have to do some more research on this, but we'll take a look at it anyway. Yeah, the spine is completely split. 1965 Allied Artist Pictures Corporation. Pretty nice artwork. I'll check the QCD a little later. Orpheum Theater. So I was right. This was a giveaway for the movie. Nice. I like getting stuff like that. Weird stuff I've never seen before. I have no idea what it is. I like that. The last movie giveaway that I've got, or the most recent giveaway I've got, is a reprint of Tomb of Dracula 10 that was given away with the Blade movie. I also have a Star Wars comic that was a giveaway. I've got that in a box. It's in an old Dungeons and Dragons box. So let's see what I picked up at the comic shop. The new stuff. Yeah, I don't think it probably did. Uh, I don't know why I grabbed this cover. I just liked it. This is Swamp Thing 1989, number 3, and I got this variant cover. Well, yeah, I know why I got it. It's Vetch. Vetch did the cover art, and this is the shiny one, obviously, as you can tell. It's got fingerprints on it, but I'll get rid of those. Superman Father of Tomorrow, number 2, and I realized that I hadn't gotten number 1 yet, so I picked that up too, but I'm not showing it. Brutal Dark, number 5. This is a really good book. I really like this one. It's my second favorite Vertigo book next to End of Life. The Gotham Academy First Year, Part 5. Harley Quinn 63. I'm enjoying this so much. It's so crazy. This is the last issue of the Dream Girls DC Pride event. I doubt that I'll read it. I didn't read number 3. I made it halfway through the second one. Went, no, I'm not interested. Yeah, it does look like the 2001 monolith. Yeah, Michael, they are some rough comics, but that one has some value, so it's okay. Detective Comics, number 1110. Didn't have any of the variant covers, so I had to get the A cover on this. That's okay. Justice League Unlimited, number 20. I absolutely loved this cover. I don't know if I'll get to see the movie this week or not. Probably not until next week. And there's the regular cover, and of course, that's the Justice Gang. This is Absolute Wonder Woman number 21. I liked the cover. It was nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on that one after I finish some other projects that I've got going on. I think if I interrupted Superman 14 to do that, I'd have a riot on my hands. Here's Absolute Superman 20. Wonder Woman 34. I love this cover. The Inhook. That's a good cover there. And then I had to get this copy of Superman 39. Don't know if I'm going to like the Melissa Alcock version, but it can't be any worse than any other thing they've ever done. Well, maybe it could be. But it's going to have Jason Momoa as Lobo, so you know it's not going to be all bad. Green Lantern 36. This is the cover of the two variants they had that I liked the best. There's a Supergirl Summer of Supergirl Special #1. Of course, I had to get that cover. Bizarro #2. Bizarro Year None #2. First issue was pretty good. Flash 34. I still don't know what's going on with Flash. Now, I saved the best for last. These next half a dozen or so covers, my very favorite covers that were released today. Another Wonder Woman 34. Absolutely love this cover. It's just amazing. And that's just Wonder Woman 34. And then this is Absolute Wonder Woman 21. Another amazing cover. Terry Dodson art. So go figure. Justice League Unlimited #20. Oh my God, what an incredible Mary Marvel cover. And this is a Zerdy cover. Zatanna #3. Is that a great cover or what? This is such a great cover, but this one is a little better. And I saved the best cover for last. My very favorite cover for this week. Yeah. Now that is a Zatanna cover. And that's the comics I got this week. But I picked up something else before I show you the. I had a chance to get this. It was. The box is not that great. It has some. The bottom of the box is cracked and broken, but for $30, I was not going to pass it up. Well, I get the cover. I get that cover, plus I get the regular cover, plus I get the comic. That's a pretty good comic. So, like I said, for $30, I wasn't going to pass up this Batgirl. I see these all the time on eBay in the sold area for like $80, $90. But like I said, it does have some. does have some problems, but that's okay. I don't mind. So you'll see that in the background. For a while until I switch it out with something else. It's right there. I already put it up. Yeah, I've had a good week so far. And wait till you see what I'm showing tomorrow on what the bleep did I buy now. I'll give you a sneak preview. Just a real quick flash. That's a quick flash. I've also got 4 comics that I'm pressing for somebody else. One of them is a Spawn 1. Well, actually, I've already pressed them. I've pressed before. One of them is a Spawn #1 newsstand. And I don't like the way it came out, so I'm going to press it again. One is an Amazing Spider-Man 301. Really nice shape. Better shape now than what it was. There was another Amazing Spider-Man and an action comic with Zatanna on the cover. Or no, with Death on the cover. And I thought I didn't have that one. Turns out I do have it. My copy's a whole lot better than the one he has. So. But I pressed 4 of them, but I'm going to repress the Spawn. And I might show those next week, unless he picks them up before then. So, are we ready to see what I pressed this past week? I think we might be. Do you have anybody else know? Yes, there are. Anyway, Lost and Wallace, glad you could stop in. Just here browsing, always glad to see you. Michael Mayrin, good to see you. And let's go ahead and get started on. Well, do you want to see what I pressed this week, or do you want to see the last of those other comics? Which one do you want to see first? Because I showed the long box, but I haven't shown the short box yet. And I showed the long box over the last couple of weeks. The short box has Marvel, DC, and miscellaneous. So whichever one you want to see, press. Okay, we'll take a look at what I pressed. Starting with Destroyer Duck, #2. Turns out this is the only Destroyer Duck comic I have. I might have to rectify that at some point. Star Slayer #5, Mike Grell, of course. This is Jack Kirby artwork, of course. Next we have Tom Sutton, Ghostly Haunts reprint for Modern Comics. I'm almost done with the Modern, I think. Yeah, I'm done. I've pressed all of the Modern Comics. Either in this batch or in next week's. They'll show up. And then I'm going to start on Charlton again. Marvel graphic novel #5, X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills. First print. Dan DiCarlo doing Archie's Pals and Gals, number 174. And it's one of those rare ones that he actually signed. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, number 15. Mike Roy did the artwork on this one. Four Cleverer, number 1238. Deputy Dog. This is actually a pretty nice copy. From 1961. Can't go wrong with some Deputy Dog. Another Gil Kane cover on Tomb of Dracula, number 32. Yeah, I agree, Michael, 100%. Marvel graphic novel number 6, Walt Simonson, Star Slammers. It has a stain on the cover here and a stain in the same place on the back, and no stain inside. You're right, that is Tom Palmer inks. He inked a lot of them from that time frame. And there's one where he actually did the cover and the inks. I think I already showed it though. From 1977, we have Richie Rich, Money World, number 30. Yeah, all of mine are first prints. I don't know if they reprinted many of them, but nice to know I have first ones. And of course, Basil Wolverton, Plop, number 18. Yep. Hey, Richie Rich it's a fun read sometimes. So is Casper. Casper's a lot of fun to read. This is a Joe Staton cover on E-Man number 3. Kind of a parody of Phoenix there. Yeah, it had a lot of Sergio in it. Cerebus, number 76. Of course, Dave Sim does the artwork on Cerebus. Varying Reasons of Assorted Depths. Classics Illustrated, 44-62, Henry Kiefer. Mysteries of Paris. Nice. I would have liked to have gone to Heroes, but it just wasn't in the cards. Maybe next year. Marvel graphic novel number 7, Killraven, P. Craig Russell. Another one that's not easy to find. The more Kiefer art I see, the Henry Kiefer art I see, the better I like it. Oh, good eye, Patrick. Good eye. Welcome to the show. Glad you could stop in. But you have a really good eye. Yes, that was Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 3. You can see the rest of what was in that pile tomorrow on my what the bleep did I get now or buy now. This one is Will you know? I don't know how to pronounce the name. DNA Agents #1. It's a lot going on in this cover. Star Slayer #4, Mike Grell, of course. Yeah, it is. And like I said, there's a lot going on, but the cover kind of tells a story. And that's the way it should be. Same with this one. The cover kind of tells a story. Judo Master '93, Modern Comics reprint. This is a Frank McLaughlin cover. And of course, I have a better copy of that in the stuff I showed the other day. Archie #239, a Dan DiCarlo cover. It's in rough shape, but it pressed nicely. Yeah, I imagine the original looks a whole lot better than the one that's colored. From 1963, Gold Key, Captain Sinbad. Obviously, it has a photo cover. Four color, number 1120 from 1960. And of course, we're talking Dinosaurus, which you saw already, but now it's been pressed. What's next? Oh, Marvel graphic novel #8, Bill Sienkiewicz cover on Super Boxers. Yeah, its redeeming quality is the Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Yeah, I imagine Dinosaurus is going to go on your list of comics that you want to get, like all those that you went to Heroes Con to find and didn't find. Fear not, I have more Classics Illustrated coming in, and I might have some of those covers that you're looking for when they get here. Tomb of Dracula #33, 1975, Gil Kane. Richie Rich Harvey World, or Richie Rich Money World. It's a Harvey World comic. Uh, this is number 32. Here's the trouble. Yeah, super boxers. I just buy them and collect them. I don't try to understand them. Oh, we got some Wally Wood art coming up from 1976. Plop, number 19. I bid on some Wally Wood comics. There was a lot of 4 on eBay, and I bid $100, but I wasn't going to go over that. And of course, it sold for like 102. But it was some of his sexy stuff that he did. Don't remember what it was. You know, I put bids in and I don't pay attention to what they are. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. I can understand that. Lots of them. Anyway, plop. Another Joe Staton E-Man, number 5. And Michael Mauser. I don't know if this is part of the regular E-Man series or not. Yeah, I like Michael Mauser too, as a character. Yeah, it was Sally Forth. They had 4 issues. I bid 100, and somebody outbid me, so I guess they wanted it more than I did. I thought $100 was a good price. Marvel graphic novel number 10, Heartburst by Rick Vetch. Love me some Rick Vetch art. I don't think he gets enough credit. Yeah. Hey, like I said, Rick Vetch, you don't need any other reason to buy it. But there's another really clean copy of Cerebus number 77 by Dave Sim. Transformation. There's a Classics Illustrated number 47-78, Henry Kiefer art, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I'm mesmerized by his art. It's just so good. Some people might disagree with me, but they don't know what I'm talking about. They know what they're talking about, just not what I'm talking about. 1985, Steve Bissett did this cover for Dr. Stern, Mr. Monster, number 3. I would imagine being a QB is kind of like being a Marine. Once a QB, always a QB. Yeah, it does. Those are some big guns. Next up, we have Mike Grell doing Star Slayer number 6. One of my favorite Star Slayer covers. And this was the last one, I believe, for PC Comics. Star Slayer was picked up by First after that. Another Frank McLaughlin, the Judo Master 98. I think I have another copy of that in that box, too. More Dan DiCarlo goodness with Archie's Pals and Gals number 183. It says, I miss the old days when they just passed notes in class. If I have two, I'll send you one. This is the modern comics version, so you might want to go ahead and try to find the Charlton book. But I figured it, big lizardy dinosaur-like monster, you'll want a copy. Harvey Eisenberg did the art on this in 1969. Chippendale number 4. My two favorite Disney characters, or my one favorite Disney character since they're all together. I like them as Chip and Dale, not as Rescue Rangers. Oh, and one of my favorite Marvel graphic novel covers. This is Marvel graphic novel number 11 from 1984. Void Indigo, Val Merrick artwork. It's just, yeah, incredible art. Val Merrick is another unsung hero for the 70s and 80s. Yeah, he shouldn't be. I met him back in the early 70s. I think it was around 1973 I met him. Well, I mean, I like Rescue Rangers, but I prefer Chip and Dale as Chip and Dale, not as some kind of Indiana Jones wannabe. Okay, we got another 4-color comic, number 1209 from 1961. Sugarfoot, Will Hutchins. I remember watching Sugarfoot when I was about 6 or 7 years old. Chip and Dale Rescue Strippers. Yeah, they did reruns of it in the 70s or 80s or something like that. Or they might have offered it on video. Tomb of Dracula number 34. Ed Hannigan did the artwork on this. I like it. There's Richie Rich Profits, number 20. This is what attracts me on a rainy day. That's a bad one. Now, this is the first issue of Plop that was not done by Wally Wood or Basil Wolverton. It was the first cover that they did not do. And this one, of course, is by Robert Johnson, I believe. Yep, Robert Johnson. And that's issue number 20. Another Joe Staton, E-Man number 6. He's answering your earlier comment about him. Okay, I will. Cerebus number 78. Dave Sim cover. Awesome cover. Very, very nice copy. Got a few little dings that didn't come out with the press, but that's okay. I can get them out whenever I want. Yeah. And finally, Marvel graphic novel number 14. Swords of the Swashbuckler. Jackson Goose did the art, also known as Butch. I have a Vampirilla sketch somewhere, a little Vampirilla sketch somewhere by Butch. But that's how he signed a lot of his stuff, was Butch. He did a Vampirilla, and Amanda Connor did a Vampirilla for me at the same time. That was back in the 90s. And that's what I pressed. Oh, yeah. A Justice Machine was good. I'm going to start digging out some of these other comics while we talk. Yeah, I do 35 comics a week and seven magazine size a week. And sometimes I do more. Like this past week, I did, I think I did 39 this past week, or I'm on track to do 39. But that's because of those 4 comics that I'm pressing for somebody else. I'm not going to have these in any particular order. Well, they'll be, Marvel will be with Marvel, DC will be with DC, miscellaneous will be miscellaneous. Stacks are getting high. Yeah, that's a pretty good stack. That'll take a little while to go through. I press for 3 to 4 hours, depending on what's going on, generally 4 hours, and then do a 48-hour cold press. That's how I do most of my cold presses is with some shelves, boards, and weight. Now I do have a regular book press that I use that I do cold presses in too, but I use those for when I'm working on comics and I need to dry them out. You'll see all that stuff eventually. Let's go ahead and go back over there and we'll take a look at what this last batch from 2 weeks ago. Oh, I would love to have one of those. I look at them now and then, but they're expensive. I mean, people want $400, $500, $600 for them, and you can get an adequate one that's brand new for like under $100. But it's no Bertha. All right. From New 52, Justice League number 32. Green Lantern Corps number 38. Future's End, New 52 Future's End, Forever People. Infinity Man and the Forever People, number 1 shot. Batgirl 29, New 52. Convergence number 8. Hawkman number 6 from 2002. Yeah, Jerry gets lucky on a lot of stuff, and that's great. But things like that big press he has are a little more common up there where he lives than they are down here in Texas or even in North Carolina, because they do more printing up there in that area. Detective Comics number 36, New 52. Justice League Dark 32 from the New 52. From 1994, Chain Gang number 9. From 2005, Adventures of Superman 642. Arkham Manor Endgame number 1. It's a 1-shot. Arkham Manor number 4, New 52. I think you'll like this one, Lawston. The Flintstones number 4 from 2016. Even though it's pretty new, it looks cool. Batman 66 number 10. Superman 34, New 52. Batman, Claws of Catwoman. Batman Tarzan, 1 of 4. I'll have to get the other 3, I guess. Batman Superman 15, New 52. Harley Quinn number 1, free from 2017. And The Shield number 1 from 2009. Yeah, Dan Panogio on Flintstones. I thought you'd like that. Batman Eternal, New 52, number 6. And number 12. Batman 38, New 52. Oh, those would work real well, Michael. Yeah, those would work really nice. Infinity Man and the Forever People, number 1, New 52. Green Lantern Guardians, or Green Lantern New Guardians, number 40, New 52. Forever Evil Argus, number 1 of 6, New 52. Batman Eternal number 5, New 52. Multiversity, Justice Incarnate. And that's Multiversity number 2. I think I have number 1 laying around somewhere. Detective Comics number 40, New 52. Batman Eternal 15. Green Lantern 31, New 52. Justice League of America, number 8 from 2013. So that's just before New 52, I think. Batman Trinity, number 1. Batman 100-page Giant from Walmart exclusive, number 1. Gotham Academy Endgame, number 1 from the New 52. And that is a one-shot. Batman Superman 31. Half-cut art. I like that cover. Of course, I like this next cover better. Wonder Woman Day. In theaters, 6/2/2017. Special edition. Superman Unchained at number 4, New 52. Batman Day Batman number 1 for Rebirth. There's another Gotham Academy Endgame. I guess I'll have to put one of those in my collection. Harley Quinn number 12 from the New 52. Well, that cover just busting out, isn't it? Thunder Agents number 8 from 2011. Yeah, that's what I liked about it too. Yeah. All-Star Superman number 2. I finally got all of these and read it, and it is just an absolute wonderful story. New 52 Futures End number 2. Superman Unchanged number 7, New 52. New 52 Futures End Red Lanterns number 1. Triptych cover. We've got New Guardians number 40 from New 52. There are other comics besides DC in here somewhere. Yeah, particular. New 52 Futures End number 4. Superman Doomed number 2 from New 52. Looks like he's turning into Doomsday. Infinity Crisis Fight for the Multiverse number 1. Based on the hit video game. Probably won't read this. Trinity of Sin Pandora, another lenticular cover. Yeah, really. Justice League 24, New 52. I don't want to contaminate these next ones, so I'll put those down. Justice League of America 158, Rich Buckler. Our Army at War 292, Joe Kubert. Yeah. Did he come out before that? 1978, so that was before Zardoz, wasn't it? Our Fighting Forces, number 147, featuring the Losers. I like the Losers. They were great. GI Combat, number 192. Oh, okay. Phantom Stranger, 27. Needs a little bit of love, I think. Got a dog ear corner. DC Special, 25. With the Three Musketeers and Robin Hood. And the Viking Prince. Oh, Phantom Stranger rocked. There's a Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes, number 205, 100-pager. I don't think I have this one. Oh, man. Please tell me that's folded. Yes, it is. It's folded over. I can fix that huge dog ear. I was afraid it was ripped. Prez number 3. A lot of water damage on this one. I think it's number 3. It looks like number 3. Yes, number 3. That was a nice little mini series they did back in the 70s. I've owned it. I've owned the series several times, and I need to get another one. Weird War Tales, number 67. Attack of the Undead, The Alien Among Us by Mike Grell. GI Combat 197, featuring the Haunted Tank. Joe Kubert cover. Well, yeah. It's war. You know, if it's a late 60s, early 70s war comic, probably has a Kubert cover. Brave and the Bold, number 134. Jim Aparo cover. Action Comics 475. Garcia Lopez did the cover on that. I know Garcia Lopez did the cover on that. It says so right here, Garcia Lopez. Yeah, I imagine it was. That such an amazing artist. Action 468, Neil Adams cover. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 227. Mike Grell did the artwork on that cover. I didn't know Mike Grell did any Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes covers. That is awesome. I'm not surprised. 1977, so it's early Mike Grell too. And the art on the inside, Joe Staton and Jack Abel. Very cool. Nice. Jimmy Olsen, number 162. This one has water damage, rusted staples, discoloration, early Bronze Age. I don't know if I can fix that. I can fix the interior. I don't know if I can fix the cover without color loss. I might try. I don't know. Superman 315. Al Milgram. Border number 2, or Border Worlds number 2. Don Simpson. Yep, Don Simpson. Very cool. Kitchen sink. Good stuff. Solar Man of the Atom number 13. Nobody cares. Blood Pool number 2. Welcome to Showside number 1 by Fried Pie. Yeah, I like Solar Gold Key too, and actually when it was coming out, I liked the Valiant stuff when they that first run that they started doing. It was pretty good, but then they killed the Valiant line and brought it back, and it kind of sucked after that. Gunning for Hits, music thriller number 1. Outcast 41. Oh yeah, Zenoscope, Grim Tales of Terror number 8. Zenoscope was so good, but the shop I go to doesn't get them anymore. Comic Book Legend Legal Defense Fund, Liberty Annual 2015. I used to have a little jar in my comic shop for the Legal Defense Fund, and at the end of every year, I would empty it and match the funds for it. The Solar number 21. The Manhattan Projects, The Sun Beyond the Stars number 1. Punks, the comic number 1. So it has some water. Yeah. It's been wet before. There's a tide mark there. Swords of Sorrow number 1. That's a nice cover. I did not pay these prices, obviously. Ash can, Death is in the Air, Small Town Smell. Yeah, like I said, I used to make a donation to them every year, whatever I collected. There was one year that somebody came in and stole the jar. I mean, if they needed the money, I don't mind that they took the money. They could have at least left my jar. American Gods, #1. I read American Gods, the book. I've got it around here somewhere. The paperback, really, really good. Worth reading if you get a chance. Joe Golem, Occult Detective, Fried Pie variant, #1. Still sealed. Union Zero. Man, this needs to be cleaned bad. Or Amazing Heroes #87. Definitely needs a clean. Goners #1. Another one that has gotten damp or wet at some point. But I think a steam in a press or some time in a humidity chamber in a press will fix that right up. Planet of the Apes #16. Race Warrior Volume 1, #2. Not bad looking art. The October Faction Supernatural Dreams #5. Black Crown Preview. Penny Dreadful Titan Comics 2016 preview. I like getting these previews, especially the older ones. Yep, that's me. Oh yeah, Nick Carty, he's incredible artist. He's finally starting to get some of the props he deserves. Resurrection #8. Sword of Ages #1, IDW. Illegitimates #1, IDW. Nope, that's #3. Star Wars Union #3, Dark Horse, so that helps it a little bit. It still has the Comics Code approval. Oh, do I have 2 of those? Why? Yes, I do. Joe Golem, Occult Detective. Variant, Mike Mignola. Predator Homeworld #2. I'm using that as a divider. Now we'll move on to Marvel Comics. Kid Colt Outlaw #192. Meet the Fat Man and his bewitched boomerang. Kid Colt Outlaw 222. This one looks familiar. I can't figure out why. Number 223. $217, $187, and $216. Young Guns, The Next Generation of Elite Artists, 2019 sketchbook. Never heard of any of these people, and this is like 6 or 7 years ago. No, they didn't. They didn't start off with westerns. Westerns actually came a little late for them. They were into other things first. DC did a lot of westerns at one point too. Everybody did westerns at one time or the other. Dell Comics did a lot of westerns. Werewolf number 2. Well, actually, this is Strange Tales from Marvel number 2, Werewolf. Marvel's Eye of the Camera number 1. Cable number 10. Ringo Kid number 22. You see, this is 20 cent, so that means this was in the 70s. Fortunately, we have the page. We are not going to unfold it at this time. Ringo Kid 25. Western Gunfighters, Kid Colt Gunslinger and Apache Kid. Nasty water stain. Bronze Age book 2, 1974. Number 21 and number 24. Number 122, Dick Ayers cover. Two Gun Kid 116, 118, 135, Gil Kane cover. Outlaw Kid 25, 26, and 21. The first Marvel comic from the 60s that was actually labeled Marvel Comics was a Fantastic Four. But they carried over with some of the romance comics and some of the Western comics, and like Strange Adventures, Strange Tales, Amazing Adventures, stuff like that. Those carried on the numbering from Atlas. Yeah, but they did have some Westerns in the 50s as well. But like I said, those were Atlas comics, which became Marvel later on. But before that, it was Timely. And Timely was mostly superhero. So there you go. Let's see, what is this? The Incredible Hulk, number 380. Iron Man, number 7. X-Men, Kitty Pryde, Shadow and Flame. Gambit, number 13. Deathlock 10. Generation X 61. Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1. Wonder if that has any value. Probably not. Got to be worth what I paid for it, right? The Superior Spider-Man #3, second print. X-Man #26. I have so many X-Man comics, it isn't funny. They just don't sell. Yeah, absolutely. Sectaris, Warriors of the Symbion #2. I've got some Alex Toth war comics from the 50s. Juggernaut or Wolverine. You could add either one and it would sell. Mighty Thor 421. Sensational Spider-Man 21. Sensational Spider-Man 23. Generation X 34. Marvel Classics Comics #28, The Pit and the Pendulum. I sold all my Marvel Classic comics. I should have saved them. Maybe I'll collect them again. I don't know. Captain America and Falcon #173. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos 132. Obviously. #123. #139. Red Wolf #8. I like the Red Wolf character. I might be the only person that did. Yep. Atlas did a lot of monster comics. Marvel Classic Comics #5. Black Beauty. Adventures on the Planet of the Apes #10. Star Wars #3. Shame this is in bad shape. Yeah, it's in really bad shape. Star Wars #11. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this next comic? Star Wars #1. I believe it's a second print, but I don't think it says reprint. It does not say second printing either. A lot of them would have reprint right there. It's also a 35-cent one. Number 12. I don't know what this is. Ah, Absolute Carnage, number 1. Young Guns edition. Number 1 variant edition. A lot of times that gray on the back means it came from Walmart. Yes, but this does not say that. I looked. Usually they would have reprint down here at the end. It says Star Wars published by Marvel Comics, blah, 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 blah. Oh, there it is. This is a reprint of a previously published issue, copyright 1977, 20th Century Fox Film Corporation, all rights reserved. Okay, so it is a reprint, but it just doesn't say reprint. But that's okay. Good call, sales boy. I'm 1977. I was in Fort Polk, Louisiana, so I didn't see this. I didn't get it when it came out. Yeah, I'll press it, clean it up a little bit, see if I can get these the stains out of it, and offer it up for sale probably if it comes out decent. Marvel presents Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Special oversized issue. Silver Surfer number 1. No, number 11. Yeah, he's surfing a Mobius strip. Silver Surfer 1, a fried pie variant. Oh, you didn't break my heart. I'm glad that I know. I mean, if it's something I don't know, I want to know about it. Yeah. Hey, if I can get $10 for that copy, I'll be doing good because it's in rough shape. Rawhide Kid number 139. Number 135. Number 34. Mighty Marvel Western. Rawhide Kid 124. I'm not going to unfold that. I'm going to wait until I decide to do something with it. Mighty Marvel Western 38. Rawhide Kid 138. All of these are water damaged, but for like 32 cents a piece, who's complaining? 118, 125, 117, 122. Mighty Marvel Western number 30. Kid Colt Outlaw 182, 188, 193. A lot of these at this point were reprints of earlier issues. See, originally presented in Kid Colt Outlaw 115. That's a sticker on there, 221. $213, $168, Rawhide Kid, $121, Kid Colt Outlaw, $210, $204, $184, $186, $117. That is a tape pull right there. Web of Spider-Man, $89. This looks like a trade. Uncanny Inhumans. Nope. Looks like a trade. Time Crush. It's either a trade or a graphic novel. Okay, this is interesting. Deadpool the Duck, #2. $18.72, #1. The bad thing about that sales boy is it's got water damage. It's in pretty bad shape. So I'll see if I can get it fixed up a little bit. Weird World #1. Weird World #2. Uncanny Inhumans 000. Rocket Raccoon and Groot #10. Previews. Summer Insider. Previews. Ultimate X-Men 16. Gunhawks #1. X-Force #1. Runaways #1. And probably the best comic in the lot, Marvel's Greatest Comics #35. It's a reprint, but it's probably the best comic in the lot. There you go. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. That's the last of those comics that I got 2 weeks ago. I did get some other ones a couple of days ago. I'm just going to show you 3 out of this box. A Storm #1. A Storm #1. And the Storm #1. And I got like 10 copies of each of them. Again, like 32 to 35 cents a piece, so I wasn't too worried about it. Every one of these boxes behind me, back here, the ones that say LB, that isn't for LB Cole, that means long box. and there's 14 of them right there that are full. Uh, Behind these comics, there are short boxes, most of which are full. And then I have some up there on the top shelf that are also full. So yeah, I've got some comics. And that's just this, and there's stacks of comics all over the place. You know, there's 2 boxes there I just got. There's a box down there. There's a box of new comics here that I've read. There's another box down here that I haven't yet read. There's comics stacked over there. Underneath there, there's Classics Illustrated. Uh, this, I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe if I move that other way. Yeah, these comics here that are over there, those are all Fire Christian comics. It's about a 5-inch stack. And I've got another 12 long boxes in the other room, and probably 130, 140 short boxes in the other room. Yeah, I've got between 25 and 30,000 comics. I don't know how many right now. I'm working on it. Oh, and there's about 2 dozen or so in the kitchen waiting to be pressed. And every now and then, I'll just open a box and it'll be full of comic books. And where the hell do these come from? But yeah, tomorrow I'm dropping a video for the Lois Lane. That number 3 will be in there along with some other comics. And then Saturday, I'll be dropping this one, another. What the bleep did I buy now? This one came FedEx, and they set it on my chair. They didn't throw it on the porch. They set it on the chair. I was shocked. I like comic books. What can I say? Oh, and you can probably recognize this one right here. I had to put it up there. I did take it to the comic shop and show him and said, if you ever see anything of this advertised, buy it because it will sell. Lorna Relic Wrangler. He had never seen a copy. Oh, that would be cool to have. I'd like to have that. Yeah, I've got comics everywhere. There's 2 more boxes over there that are full of comics, most of which need work. Yeah, that's almost 2 hours. I think that's long enough. I think I'm going to say good night tonight, and we'll see you next week. 8 p.m. Central, unless you want to come on earlier. I think I'm going to stick with 8 p.m. Central because Matt has a show that's a little bit earlier than this one, and I don't want to cross him. I mean, it's a pretty good show. So I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Have yourself a great week, and like, subscribe, do all that stuff if you're not. Bye. Good night.